Ooh, excuse me. Hey, everybody. I do not know how strong my connection is, but I'm just going to rock with it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea Nelson. Today is a Wednesday, April 13th, and I'm going to be doing some discussions on love after lockup. Okay. This is from last week's episode, season 4, episode, 6, I think. And so it was really good. And let's just jump right in. Right now, there's no one in the chat, but those of you who are watching the replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you in advance for subscribing. And yes, my whole expression about this episode is Yolanda's expression just right there, okay? I'm going to be using this expression a lot during this little thing because, I don't know, some shenanigans took place, okay? So the episode starts off with the newest couple that was introduced to us, Chaz, who's 55, and his bride, Branwyn, who is 40, and they're in Kentucky. They've been dating for 2 years, and they seem, I don't know, they seem pretty happy. Now, in this episode, they show Branwyn getting out of prison, excuse me. And she's actually really sweet. I actually like Branwyn. And I like Branwyn and Chaz together. They seem, look, now this is just on the surface, okay? We only see like really glimpses of their actual real life in the show, but they seem like one of the more compatible couples of the seasons that I've seen so far. What else should I say about them? Right, I guess they decided right when she gets out of prison. Let me see if I can find some pictures of Branwyn. Hold on, I'm gonna be going. Look, this is so ghetto. Oh God, let's see. How do I go to? Oh, here we go. No, Chaz and Branwyn, where are they? See, I should have put these slides in order, and that's what I didn't do. Learning experience for next time. Okay, so this is Chaz and Branwyn. She's actually really pretty. Okay. So they decided that they were going to go ahead and get married right when she got out of prison. So they had a little ceremony right outside of prison. Now, I guess what they're saying is Branwyn's ex is the one that kind of got her caught up in prison in the first place. So he showed up as well as some of the other family members. Chaz was just not really feeling it. But this is then when she got released from prison. And I just want to say, like, this other little lady that's in the background right here, she is so sweet. She was also there to greet her. I think it's her daughter that got out of prison. And her and Chaz kind of met like on the prison property and everything. And Chaz was telling her, I'm going to ask her to marry me. We're going to get married right now when she gets out. And shame on him for not bringing any flowers or anything. But you know what? This neighborly lady right here, she actually gave him one of the roses from the bouquet that she bought for her daughter. I thought that was really, really, really sweet. And so, yeah, I just want to give her a little shout out because she was so sweet. And this is Branwyn when she's in the confessional. Look how pretty she is. Okay. She's from Portland, Oregon. Let's see what else I have to say about them. This is the little box that she made for him. Like I said, they had discussed that they were going to get married the day that she got out of prison. And they were mutually on board with it. So she made him this little box in her wood crafting class in prison, and it has their names and initials inside, and it looks really nice. So, he was really thankful for it, I guess. This is them again. She's a little taller than him, but neither of them seem to mind that height difference. And there's him proposing to her. Okay. And I just think that their little story, not the little story, I think that their story was really, really, really sweet. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what I thought was interesting is he kept this little countdown clock that counted down every minute and every second until she was released. And so when he was waiting in the car for her, he kept, like, I think he got there like an hour early. And he kept looking at that countdown clock. And I was just like, wow, that would drive me nuts. But kudos to him, you know what I'm saying, for sticking it out with her. He is like really head over heels. He can't believe that someone like Branwyn would find interest in him. He can't believe that he's actually going to get married. Now, this is the thing about Chaz. I think he might be a hopeless romantic. He has been married, I think, 4 different times already. And so, 3 different times already. And I think this is his 4th marriage. But he says that this is the 4th and final marriage. The first 2 just didn't work out. I think he rushed into it. That's kind of what his pattern is, rushing into relationships or rushing into marriage. And then he ended up getting divorced twice. His 3rd wife ended up passing away from a drug overdose. She was addicted to heroin, and he actually found her in their home deceased from an overdose, which is really, really sad, you guys. So yeah, let's see, what else did I have to say about them? Aaron is Branwyn's friend that came, and he just wanted to kind of give his apologies, I guess, to Branwyn for causing her to go to prison. And that's basically it with Branwyn and no, not Branwyn. Lord, that's the university I graduated from. Branwyn and Chaz. Okay. So let me see who's next over here. Going back over here to the first, because we're going to talk about Indy and Harry real quick. Indy and Harry. Let's go back. I don't know what these slides are doing. They're losing their minds. Sorry. Oh. So I think, okay, is this Indy? Hold on. This is all out of order. I am so sorry, you guys. Let me get to the right one. Here we go. Okay, so Indy and Harry. This is how I look at both of these folks. Hey, Marva. Hey, lovely. Thank you so much. I'm kind of out of my element here a little bit, but I kept postponing this live, and I just wanted to kind of get through it. Okay, but I appreciate you so much for being here. And yeah, you're the bomb queen. I appreciate you. Do you watch Love After Lockup? So this is Indy's mom, Yolanda, right? And this is how I would be looking at this girl too. Okay, so this episode with Indy and Harry kind of starts off with Harry is not proposing marriage. Okay, let me use a different word. He's wanting to take Indy out on a date. Indy's idea of going on a date is very different from Harry's idea of going on a date. Indy had it in her mind that she would like get all, dolled up, get kind of fancy, more elegant style, have a nice dinner. She is so into this romantic idealism that Harry just does not have. And so her idea is for them to get dressed up, go out to a nice dinner, and just kind of, act adult like, I guess is the right word. But Harry's like, has a different idea. So he took them to some kind of like arcade jump high kind of a place. And my whole thing with this that I'm going to point out is, number one, Harry is still driving Indy's damn car. Indy, I don't get her desire for this man. I don't either. I seriously don't. He's a child, in my opinion. He's like, his development is probably that of a 15-year-old. Seriously. If that. So she's still letting him drive her car without a driver license. He already got pulled over for a ticket while her daughter was in the car. And that just shows you, like, I don't know. She's just not learning from her mistakes. She's not learning from her negative experiences for some reason. I don't get why she's so hung up on this guy. Like, his attitude is just horrible. So she didn't get the first date that she actually wanted, was the point. So he takes her to this jump high park where they do this kind of like activity where she's, what is it called? Like on this high rope. I don't even know. I wish I could describe it better. But she starts saying, oh, it's an arcade climb kind of a thing. And he wants to go on an athletic date. She wanted to go on a romantic date. Their ideas just don't match up, period. Okay. So she starts telling Harry, oh, we made it through this little trust exercise because they did this little climb together, and she was scared, and he was like trying to calm her down and make her do it. And so once she finally did it, she they get out of their harnesses and stuff, and then immediately she goes in to say, well, now that we did this this little exercise, it shows that we can trust each other, right? If we can, and then she starts making all these deductions. So we can trust each other, right? So that means we can get married and start having kids, right? And she's just grinning from cheek to cheek, and look at his face. He's looking at her like, no. So she's like, we can have babies, right? And he's like, looking at her with this exact expression. And he says, we can have maybes. And that should have indicated to her that he is just not ready for this. Now, she went to her psychic. Her psychic even told her, take it slow down. He's not ready for this. But she's still trying to press him. I just don't get it. I don't get it. For the life of me, I don't get it. But let's keep rolling. So he rolls his eyes at her like, oh my God, here we go again. And then when he goes into his confessional and stuff, he tells the producers that he knows about birth control. The birth control method that he uses is the pull-out method. And he's sitting there saying that he doesn't want to have babies with Indy, but he's not using protection. And I just am like, how does the education system fail him so miserably? Or how does he fail himself so miserably as to not use a condom? Not try to do anything to prevent pregnancy if he doesn't want pregnancy. Okay. He already has a daughter that he's not involved with. She's an adorable little girl. And it's just sad. It's just really sad. So, he's been institutionalized, but I don't know what his education is. I just don't know. And that's the thing, Marva. Before she even moved to Ohio, she asked him while he was still in prison, not even at the halfway house. She said, should I do this? And he was like, he didn't give her a definitive yes, and he certainly didn't give her a definitive no. So to me, that would have told me like, no, I'm not uprooting myself, my daughter, for some maybe chance that this is going to work. He is being honest, and she moved her daughter to Ohio, is it? Yes, that's exactly it. And here's the thing too. I just don't appreciate Indy's parenting, what is being shown. Okay. She's letting him drive her car without a license. She's letting him smoke cigarettes in the car with her and her daughter. And she's inhaling all that secondhand smoke in the back seat. She's Indy is exposing her daughter to the negative conversations that they have and the conversations that she has with her mom regarding Harry. And it's just too much. It's too much. Okay. And so there's some tea that we are going to see here with Indy and Harry. Now after they get off their little climb thing, they're here sitting in the arcade. And she's just trying to be sweet and nice, and they're talking and stuff. And then when they get ready to leave, his phone beeps. And she says that she sees all these heart emojis from someone else. And sure enough, he is getting a text message from his other girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But here's my thing with Indy. Yeah, they share a little peck, but on the way over to the park, she's saying she was asking Harry for a kiss, and he just looked at her like, I don't know if her breath stunk. I don't know, but he wasn't trying to be affectionate with her in the car on the way over there. This is my thing with Indy. Indy, you need to seriously fix your clothes. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Drop a comment. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's no way you should be out in public with clothing sitting on your body like this. You know what I'm saying? Look how Harry is looking at her like, girl, fix your jeans, fix your clothes. I just was just like, why is she walking around with her pants hanging down like that? I mean, you can feel the breeze when your pants is hanging low. Fix your clothing, girl. Is this a sign of her, how she views herself when she's able to just walk around like that? I don't know. But it's just like, girl, is this the new style? I don't know. I wouldn't wear my clothes like that, but I'm just saying. Girl, fix your clothes. Fix your clothes. Is this the style? Really? This is not sexy to me. This is looking like, I don't know. It's just not looking good. It's looking unkept. It's giving something that I don't know. But I'm just saying, I think she should fix her clothes because I don't know. But anyway, he gets a message from his other girlfriend. She sees it. And then when she goes to ask him about it, he gets really defensive and, basically is gaslighting her, telling her not to worry about it. And good for Indy on this part because she just is like, look, I know he's cheating. I'm just going to leave him here. So she left him there. Good for her. Like, I was really like, okay, thank you, Indy, because you deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. I mean, he didn't even have the decency to put his phone on silent, but she knows he's cheating. That's why she's so insecure. Remember when one of Kanye's girlfriends wore that look? Girl, I don't. I don't. But if this is the style that they think is sexy, I don't know. I don't think it's sexy, to be honest. But okay. Okay. So this is Harry's girlfriend, Terry. How did Harry and Terry meet? Harry and Terry, they met because in the halfway house, remember when Harry confessed that he had been cheating on Indy with someone from the halfway house? This is the person. Hey, Nick. This is the person he was cheating with. How you doing, beautiful? I appreciate you being here. This is the person, Terry, that he was cheating with. Now, I think she's a gorgeous girl. She seems like she's got a lot going for her. It's really unbeknownst to me why she would risk her job for this, I don't want to call him a scum, but for someone like Harry. So they met at the halfway house. They got into a relationship. And of course, that's prohibited. And she lost her job. And now she's telling Harry, Oh, I'm so glad you're doing good. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, and my pleasure. Okay. So she what was I saying? She is. She is. She's a beautiful young lady. She has her own, her own house. She's not homeless like Indy is. Um, but this is the thing. Harry is not being honest with either one of them, right? That's why I call them scum. So Terry's asking Harry, when are you going to just let Indy know that it's over? The thing is Harry is undecided. He doesn't want to let them both go. He wants to keep them both in his back pocket because it benefits him. They each know that, but they're still risking being with him for what they see in him. I don't know. He doesn't have a job. He can't provide for them. He doesn't even provide any emotional kind of benefits to them. So I don't know. But I get it. They're young. They are in love. I can get that part, okay? But I just don't see how this is going to work. Evidently, Harry and Indy are no longer together, but they're trying to keep up appearances, I guess, for their NDA. But it didn't work out. And thank God Indy has moved on because she deserves so much better. And her daughter deserves so much better. I just don't agree with her calling him Poppy Daddy. That's just the most ridiculous name I've ever heard in my life. But let's go to the next couple. So the next couple is Radine and what's the guy's name? Rick, Radine, and then Kay. This is Radine's girlfriend who is still in prison. So they start out this episode. This is Radine over here. This is her dad, and this is her stepmom. So Radine and her mom are in the bathroom. Radine is getting ready for her date with Rick. Her mom is asking her and not trying to challenge her, but just trying to talk to her about her decisions with her girlfriend and what she's doing with Rick. And if she's serious about either one of them or what she's going to do. Radine likes her cake and eat it too. She doesn't want to be challenged. She doesn't want to do the right thing. She says in the confessional, she always does what she wants. And that's just it. She doesn't have any kind of moral compass about, yeah. I just don't like what Radine is doing. I really don't. So this is her and Rick. They go on a date to this ice cream shop, I guess, where they had their first date. It seems really sweet. Rick is really trying. He's really trying with Radine, but he's a dumb ditty too. He is a dumb ditty. So here they are sharing a couple of laughs. I forgot to say too that Terry told Harry that Indy should have never come to Ohio. Okay. So damn, they were in a serious relationship before Indy even moved to Ohio. It's just sad. Okay, so back to Rick and Radine. This is a picture of Rick and Radine, I guess, when they first met. If you can barely see it. Yeah. Okay, so this couple is kind of like, I don't know. I didn't really. They're kind of crazy. I don't get their connection. And just a little tea. So, shout out to According to Amber. I guess neither of them are together anymore. Okay, Radine has moved on. I guess she's not even with Kay, the one that is in prison. I guess Radine is with another man. I don't know who, but it certainly ain't Rick. Okay. So she went off and married someone totally different. We don't even know. We haven't seen. Again, they're in Buda, Texas. Rick is 49. Radine is 29. She looks a lot older than 29, doesn't she? So she tells her mom, like, look, I feel some kind of way, some kind of allegiance to Rick because he held me down in prison for 4 years. So Radine feels like she's got to kind of make up for that. And I guess deep down she's really thankful for the money, probably, that he kept putting on her books, maybe for the companionship. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem that she's really into him like that. And she tells him over and over again, I'm in love with Kay. Nothing's going to change. Like, she tells him Kay is my number one, right? Over and over and over again. Her dad ends up giving her solid advice saying, you know, you really need to think about what you're doing. And kudos to dad, right? Kudos to dad for really making it make sense. But you can see by her demeanor, she's just not trying to hear any kind of common sense. She's just like, I want to do what I want to do. If someone gets hurt, oh well. And I just think that's a really poor attitude to have when you're playing with someone's emotions. And basically, she doesn't want any kind of accountability. One thing that she says about Rick, woo, child, I know them teeth look like shark teeth, don't they? You could tell that's from drug use, right? They do need work. They do need work. I agree, Marva. Well, I wish I could zoom in on that mouth, but I probably would gag. So let me not do that. She says she thinks about drugs every single day, and it's a challenge for her not to use drugs. Now, remember, during this scene, she's only furloughed from the halfway house for 48 hours, and then she's got to go back. So this outing is in between that time where she's out. Yeah, she looks way older than 29. I think she looks maybe like 39, honestly. If she had gray hair, she would definitely look a little bit more aged, but she definitely does not look 29. Okay. So one thing she said about Rick that just kind of was just like, she said when they used to go out and party together, he would often pull out his DICK and just kind of like whip the thing out, shake it all around, shake it about. And I'm like, is that attractive? Is that an attractive quality for a man just to you know, whip his thing out? I don't know. Maybe that was from his drug use, giving him that green light to do that. I don't know. But I just thought that was very interesting. Now, they're both in recovery. They're both recovering addicts. So, you know, maybe it was the little dabble in drugs that they did that made them act a little cray. Okay? Because, All right. We're moving right along, aren't we? So this episode, we see also Antoine. Yeah, you do. Binge watch it so you can chime in on this week's episode. Okay, Neek? Yes. I love this show. Well, you heard what? I forgot what I said. Hey, Marta. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. So the next couple we have that the show showed is 27-year-old Antoine and 38-year-old Lacey. They've been together for 2 years. They met through Antoine's mom, who was Lacey's friend, which is all the way weird on its face, right? I couldn't see myself dating my friend's son. I just couldn't see myself doing that. That's just kind of, it's a little crossing over some boundaries that I'm not comfortable with. But it's not my life, it's their life, okay? So and they're from Wisconsin, so she goes to pick him up from prison, and I'm so disappointed in this lady. Why in the hell is she giving him, like, there's no way he should have a full-on blunt coming out of prison. Now, you know he's going to be paranoid. You know he's going to have some kind of reactions, but he's up there just getting high. Okay? They're on their way, I guess, home. And Antoine is saying, I really want to see my mom. I really want to call and reach out to my mom. And she starts rolling her eyes, like, because you remember in the last episode, what's her name? Lacey and Antoine's mom really kind of got into it. Okay. So Lacey's kind of like, she starts kind of making him feel bad for wanting to have a relationship with his mom. And he does. He's not cute to me. I don't know what she sees in him. I really don't. You're in the middle of a blizzard? Oh my God. Oh my God. Prayers to you, Marta. Oh, Jesus. I couldn't even imagine. I'm sitting here with my window open, like with the breeze. Oh, I just couldn't do it. Prayers to you, Marta, that your electricity doesn't go out, or nothing bad happens. Oh, you're in Canada. Oh Lord, oh Lord. My bones is cold just thinking about it. Look, I'm tucking my arm in my shirt because I'm cold just thinking about you, Marta. But so yeah, I just don't get how he's in the car with the full-on blunt. Obviously, she's buying the weed for him, right? He doesn't have no money. So she has all this kind of set up for him, and she's just like treating him like a child. Yes, absolutely. Prayers to Martha and everybody in that blizzard. Yeah, please stay safe. Hey, Diana. Oh, it's good to see you, beautiful. I hope you're doing good. Yes, safety for all of you guys and gals. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this is the thing. So, okay, Lacey. This is my issue with Lacey, okay? Lacey says that Antoine's favorite food is teriyaki chicken or something like that, okay? Before she goes to pick up Antoine from prison, she takes out some cold leftovers. You know how, like, when something is, like when leftovers, especially with chicken, like if it's a chicken thigh and it's leftovers, sometimes like the little gelatinous kind of grease is stuck, at the bottom of the glass in your leftover container. And it's cold and not heated. That's how she packed his food. She took some leftovers straight out the refrigerator. Okay. Who knows how many days the stuff has been in there. She puts it in a different kind of container with that gelatinous fat stuck to the chicken. Okay. It's cold as it's cold, probably 38 degrees, right? Coming straight out the fridge. So then on their way home, she hands him this container and says, "Look what I've cooked for you. I have your favorite meal." I wish I had a picture of that container. Let me see if I have a picture of it. Oh, okay. This is another thing. This is Antoine and Lacey, okay? Let me see if I have a picture of that container. I don't think I have a picture of it. Let me pause and make this statement. Now, I don't think we have any men here in the chat that I can see, but I have a serious question. Hold on one moment. Okay, sorry about that. My question is, before we go back to Antoine and Lacey, I wish I had that dang container, but I forgot to bring this up. Now, this is Harry in the arcade, and this is how he's sitting in the arcade with his hands down his pants like this. Now, is this normal? Right, me too. The air is like, it's just so nice right now. It's just a little cool. It's lovely. And I got my little aromatherapies, my essential oils diffusing. So it's really nice. But back to this. He's sitting up here with his hands in his pants, sulking because he got caught cheating. Now, this is Harry, okay? Is this normal? Is this normal to do in public? And I know, like, if you're at home, you're sitting on the couch with your boxers and you're in your own space, and that's like a comfort thing, right? Fine. But you're in public, and it's C19 around here, and you got your hands on the tip of your peen or whatever. I just have always thought this is so gross. And I've had I dated someone in the past that used to do this. And I always tell him, get your hand out your pants. Like, you don't have to, like, your junk is there. You don't have to hold on to it to know what's there. Let me see what you guys are saying, because I just want to see if I'm the only one that just thinks that this is just not normal and like not okay, honestly. Oops, I'm dropping my stuff over here. Nick says no. Oh, Marva, I'm sorry, says no, that is nasty and ghetto, not normal. Thank you, Marva. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yes, I asked my husband, why do they do that? He said he doesn't know. It's just a habit. He doesn't do it in public. Yeah. Okay. That's the thing. I understand, like, if it's a habit, like maybe if you have a little itch, maybe if your boxers has, risen up into a crevice that is uncomfortable. Okay. That's one thing, but he's out here sitting in public in an arcade where there might be children around. I don't know, but he's just sitting up there with his hands in his pants. Okay, anyway, thank you, because I thought that was nasty and gross too, but I wanted to make sure I just wasn't the only one. Okay, thank you. Now back to Lacey and Antoine. So he's sitting up here. The way that he talks to Lacey is very questionable to me. Oops. Because when he's talking to Lacey, he keeps saying, hey, fool, hey, fool, hey, fool. He keeps calling her fool. I don't get it. If I was Lacey, I would have corrected him. Yes, in public. Yes. Okay, yeah, I think it's nasty too. I do too. Yeah, yes, on camera too. It's like, he don't have no care in the world to be doing that. But anyway, yeah, gross and immature. Yes, like a developmentally, like maybe 15, right? 14 or 15 to do that. Okay, so this Antoine guy, I feel kind of bad for him because he says that while he was incarcerated, he spent I think he was incarcerated for 2 years. He spent most of his time in the hole, which is 23 hours a day that you're in solitary confinement, and basically 2 hours of out of your hole, out of your cell. And so for him, he's trying to explain to her that I might have a hard time adjusting, going out in public and doing things, just re-entry adjustment, right? And she's not understanding that, you know what I'm saying? Now she's 38. I don't know if she's ever been incarcerated, but she's just not understanding that. And I think that that's really sad. But anyway, like I said, she hands him her container of cold leftovers and is like, surprise! Like, all my blood, sweat, and tears, you know what I'm saying? I worked hard for this. I slaved over the stove, and here's your cold leftovers. And he's looking at her like, I'm not gonna eat this. Like, I want something hot. Like, when did you cook this? And so she gets so offended, but I would have the same response too. So they end up going to get real hot teriyaki from someplace, and they're sitting in the car because he can't go inside. He can't go inside the restaurant, not even to pick up the food, not even to order the food. So they go and they're eating in the car, and she says to him, "Aw, this is our first date." And I'm like, oh my God, their expectations is just so low. So low. My concern is I ain't seen nobody brush their teeth. And they just, I don't know, they just slobbing each other down. They've been smoking, and it's just, I don't know. Their whole little situation is dumb to me. He ends up calling his mom on FaceTime because he wants to see her. And Lacey is just kind of like, I guess they both, Antoine's mom and her significant other end up having C-19, so they can't go visit. And you should have seen Lacey's face right when he told her that they can't go visit her mom because she has C-19. She was so happy about it. But let's go on to the next couple, and then I'm gonna be up out of here because they didn't show Chance and Taylor in this episode. So the last couple that I want to get into is Kevin and Tiffany. Remember, Kevin in last week's episode punched the living daylights out of Curtis. The love was a TKO. Okay, he got knocked the hell out, and so Tiffany ends up sending Curtis home and calls Kevin back to pick her up. So Kevin ends up picking her up. He looks at her like, "Oh, now you want to talk when you got out of the halfway house, you didn't even, you ignored me. You couldn't even say hi to me." Oh, yeah. Oh, she was so happy, Marva. She was grinning from cheek to cheek. And after she had basically told Antoine that what did she say to him? It's unattractive for him to be a mama's boy. She just started gaslighting him for wanting to have a relationship with his mom. And I thought that was very immature. Yeah. Lacey says to Antoine, "It's a turnoff and gross that you want a relationship with your mom." And I'm just like, every person wants a relationship with their mom. What's wrong with you? Even if the mom treats you bad, you still want a relationship. You can't help it sometimes, okay? Even if it's not in your best interest, you still want it. You want things to be right. So why did she have both guys come to pick up? I don't know. But that just was so stupid. I guess when she explained it to Kevin, she said she wanted to get out of the halfway house, kind of probably use Curtis, use him up, probably get some money out of him before she went to Kevin. She told Kevin that she would have Curtis drop her off at Kevin's house, which would have still been bad. It would have still been equally bad. Kevin is known to be aggressive. Kevin is allegedly known to have assaults in his past. And same with Curtis. Curtis is allegedly known to have physical violence, but against women. So I just don't know what either of them were thinking, to be honest. So she calls Kevin back. Kevin ends up turning around and going to pick her up, and they end up having like a conversation about it and stuff. This is Tiffany. You guys, excuse me for one moment. Okay, thank you guys so much for hanging in there. So Tiffany is going to be on parole for the next 15 years. So she is paroled to Kevin's house. So it would have made sense for her to have Kevin pick her up. But again, I don't know what she was thinking. I think she just wanted to use Curtis. That's just my thoughts. But she's going to be on parole for 15 years, just like Harry is. Harry's also going to be paroled for 15 years. So we'll see what they end up doing. I'm out of breath because I just ran to get the door. She was arrested for meth, GHB, guns, and other drugs. Okay. And she says that before she went to prison, she was like really on a bad track. And she was using drugs, dealing drugs, selling drugs, just in a really dangerous lifestyle. And she says that she's thankful that she went to prison. She says that prison saved her life. So I thought, wow, that's a unique perspective. Usually people don't really have that reaction or response, I guess, but she said prison saved her life. So I found that to be very, very interesting. Okay, so anyway, they're back at Kevin's house. On the car ride, he's like kind of giving her, a piece of his mind. Like, what were you, he's asking her, like, what were you thinking? Like having Curtis there. He basically kind of calls her out, and she takes it to heart. Diana says, I'm in Toronto, but I'm from the Northern Ontario originally. Oh, cool. 2 Canadians. I love Northern Ontario. Oh, yes. Isn't that where the Niagara Falls is in Northern Ontario? I've been there once when I was a kid, and it was amazing. I want to go back one day. But, so they're at Kevin's house, and, they're trying to just talk and have a good time or whatever, and just trying to get accustomed to being with each other and getting familiar with each other and stuff. Unfortunately, Kevin is a little player. So Kevin has his ex-girlfriend who was demonstrated that she is not stable. She also has very low expectations to... Oh, okay. No problem, Marta. Please stay safe. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here. And I'll see you next time. And so, I guess Tiffany said that they had really good SCCKX. Okay. And, what else was I going to say? She said she thinks he's adorable. His ex-girlfriend, Kayla, is very toxic. She keeps calling him. So he goes outside to answer the phone, and basically he tells us that he's not ready to let go of his ex-girlfriend. Okay, which, he's just a little player. So we'll see. I don't know if they're still together. I don't think that they are still together, honestly. I have to ask, according to Amber, to see. I don't think that they are still together. But anyway, you guys, that is it for this little review of Love After Lockup. The next episode will come out actually on Friday. So I don't know when I'll review that next episode, but I really wanted to make sure that I got this one in. But yeah, these folks are just crazy. And they're each saying to the production that they have skeletons in their closet. And so we'll see what kind of skeletons come out next episode. The 2 couples that were missing from this episode was Taylor and Chance, and then Kayla and Martell. So I hope we have some updates from them when they come back on Friday. But otherwise, you guys, please stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I always say this, please remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. Please remember also to practice abundant self-care. And smile at a stranger, for you never know if you're entertaining an angel, one of God's angels. So I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you all very, very soon.